Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, Mark Lichtenfeld, Chief Income Strategist with the Oxford Club. This is the state of the market. You know, the market is a forward-looking indicator. And what does that mean? That means that typically the behavior of the stock market suggests what's going to happen in the economy roughly 6 months out. So, for example, if we look back to March 2009, the very bottom of the Great Recession, as far as the stock market is concerned, when the market stopped going down, the economy was still in shambles. So it's not that the market stops going down, the economy turns on a dime. It suggests that 6 months from now, things are going to start getting better. And that's pretty much what happened. And it wasn't that the economy was a rip-roaring economy, but it suggested that the economy wasn't going to go over a cliff. So that's what we took away from March 2009. And keep in mind that when the market bottomed, it's not like on March 6th was the bottom, and on March 7th we went, oh, great, the market bottomed. Now everything's going to be fine in 6 months. It's a process before you realize that it's a bottom. So learning those lessons, taking those lessons from 2009 and many other market tops and bottoms, let's talk about what happened now in the stock market and what it may mean for the economy. So we had a tremendous drop in the stock market, obviously, starting on February 19th, which was the top. And it was very unexpected because things had been going pretty well. The economy was fairly strong, and then coronavirus hit and everything just collapsed. Then we had the strongest rebound since 1933, since the Great Depression. Not a great sign, but since 1933, the strongest rebound. Now, does that mean that 6 months from now everything's going to be wonderful? Possibly. If the market continues to go higher and maybe sets a new high, then I would feel a little more comfortable that, yes, we will rebound. But that's not what I expect to happen. As I've said before, I expect the market to go on to test the lows and probably make new lows. And here's why. Because I am very concerned about the economy. I don't expect the economy to just rebound. I mean, think about what it's going to look like when things start to open up again. You know, restaurants, will they have distancing rules? Will you have to sit 6 feet away from other tables, or have it separated like every other table like it was at the very beginning? Will your servers need to wear masks and gloves? And will you want to go to a restaurant if that's the situation? Will you go to a movie theater? Will you go to a concert, a sporting event? I don't expect those things to open up for quite a while. So when would you start going out and conducting your regular business? Would it be when the government tells you it's safe? Well, for example, my state, the governor just declared professional wrestling as an essential business. I'm not kidding. So my governor is saying that doctors, nurses, food workers, and John Cena, they're the ones that need to get to work every day. So you'll forgive me if I don't resume my normal life when my state government tells me it's safe to do so. Like I said, concerts won't be the same. Sporting events, conferences, for example, that's a big business. I go to the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference every year in San Francisco. That's 8,000 Wall Street people crammed into a hotel for 4 days. And then you also have tens of thousands of other Wall Street people that descend on San Francisco because there are ancillary conferences around. There are other conferences. You have about 20, 30,000 people that come into a very tight area, into Union Square neighborhood of San Francisco. They're all spending money on hotels, restaurants, other things. So you can imagine what that conference, that one conference, means for the San Francisco economy, and multiply that by thousands of conferences around the country. I think you're going to see, even when things resume, you're going to see a lot of canceled conferences and a lot of severely reduced attendance. You're also going to have people working from home. A lot of people enjoy working from home. And now that companies have seen that they can do it, that's going to affect the economy. When I work in the office 5 days a week, I typically grab lunch at one of the local delis or something like that, one of the local markets, 2 to 3 times a week. If companies don't have as many people coming into the office, that means they need a smaller footprint. They need less office space. That obviously will affect the economy. Now, here is an aspect I think is going to have a dramatic effect on the economy, and that's the baby boomers. They are the wealthiest generation. They control 70% of this country's disposable income. So you're going to have some baby boomers that are reluctant to head out when they're given the all clear. What we may see, and some countries have been talking about this, is having the younger workers go back to work while those 60 and over are still quarantined. So obviously that's better than nobody going back to work, but it's still not a full strength economy. That's going to be a severely impaired economy. And so if that affects the market, that also affects all the boomers' 401ks and IRAs. And so if they're feeling less wealthy, they are less likely to spend even from their homes. So it could become a nasty cycle until everybody is out and out in the real world again, which I don't expect to happen until we have a vaccine or a test for antibodies. And even just regular testing, I don't think will be enough. First of all, there aren't enough tests currently for everybody, and the tests miss up to 30% of the positive results. So there could be plenty of people asymptomatic who test negative who are still carrying the virus. So I think it's going to be a long road until this economy gets moving again, even once things open up. And as a result, I expect the market to head lower. Now, if I'm wrong, and Lord knows I hope I am. I hope a year from now I'm doing one of these videos for you saying, boy, did I miss it. The economy is great and the market's at all-time highs. Nothing would make me happier. If that is the case, then we'll have chosen and talked about some great stocks that will do incredibly well. If I'm right, and the market does head lower and the economy does suffer, we're still going to have picked some amazing investments that you'll be able to pick up really cheap, that likely have very strong dividend yields that'll help you weather the storm a little bit. And there are going to be people who, even in a nasty bear market or a nasty economy, are going to get very rich picking up those types of stocks and those types of investments. And I'm going to do everything I can to help you become one of those people. If you want more information like this, there's a link to my free newsletter in the description. So just click on it. We'll get you set up. Until next time, I'm Mark Lichtenfeld. Thanks for watching.